Hey everybody, this is Midnight Update. I'm Seamus Byrne here at the Powerhouse Museum. Welcome to Wednesday, the 8th of April. I'm here at the launch of Hitachi's new range of digital projectors. They've got a lot of stuff here for business, particularly in the portable sort of space, but there's also some really interesting network technology going on, so we're going to have a quick look at that. Then also a quick look at their auditorium projectors, which are just mammoth, and then into their amazing new interactive whiteboards called Starboard. We're going to take a look at how they work, have a bit of a play with those so you can see just how far the whole idea of an interactive whiteboard has come. And how amazing the price is. So I think some people are probably going to be tempted to start putting these in their house. So we'll take a look at that and have a bit of a play. So let's get on with it. This is the new range of digital portable projectors. It's quite interesting that they've actually got about 4 options across this range, all only subtly different, but it's all about giving people exactly what they need. So in this case, we've got a range from about 2,000 ANSI lumens to 3,000 ANSI lumens, with things like upgrades across the range that adds in a little speaker so that it's handy in small meetings or in a school, but ultimately all in a price range from around $800 to only around $1,100. So it's some subtle differences, but if you're buying 10 or 20 of these things all at once, then it's going to make a big difference to your bottom line. So this is one of Hitachi's new prototypes that's actually got a built-in web server, and through that system you can actually send out a message to any screen that is running through this system. You can use a remote web server type system. They've got a piece of software that can run on any other desktop on Windows. And yeah, you can basically send out any message to any device. You just find it by IP, by projector name, through the discovery tool. And then you can just very quickly tell a classroom, university tute group, anything like that to a specific location that there's some updated piece of information. Might be a class cancelled, might be something that, news at the end of the day, anything like that. So it's a really clever solution to, instead of just always having to make, I guess, much more obtrusive PA announcements or things like that, a great way to just get really quick messages out to anyone who needs it. This is the CPSX 12,000, one of the big gigantic auditorium kind of things. Just look at the size of the lens on this thing. This is really dead sexy. 7,000 ANSI lumens we're talking about here, so don't get yourself caught looking down the barrel of this when it's on. What else? Contrast, 2500 to 1, SXGA resolution, so that's 1400 by 1050, and yeah, just a big, massive, very easy to shift, keystone, all that kind of thing. Look, you're not going to be buying one of these things, but just wanted to show it off because it is dead sexy. This is the Starboard interactive whiteboard. It is just amazing how much stuff is going on behind the scenes in this thing. There is just a wealth of menus and things in this tool, so you can find all kinds of different tools and things going on in here. So you'll probably have to come into the Powerhouse, check it out for yourself if you really want to see how deep this rabbit hole goes, but I'll just show off a few of the funky little tools that are available at a quick glance in a few seconds. So if I was trying to do a little welcome screen, midnight, oh, I think I'm kind of probably making a mess. Let's see if it kind of can work this out. No, yeah, that's my fault, bad handwriting. But anyway, you get the idea. It can convert anything you kind of write, or you can use this IntelliPen, and you can draw circles. I've been struggling to draw a good circle lately. Yeah, see, I didn't join it up. Let's try again. Hey, see, so it turns it into circles. Or you can draw yourself a square. Well, that's a pretty bad square, but it worked it out anyway. That was pretty clever. Do a triangle. Yeah, if you're running out of room, you can just sort of move things out of the way with your fist, which is pretty cool that it worked the first time for me that time. All kinds of cool things. There's also like all these templates and things in documents, templates. If you're doing, let's see, there's kind of maps. You want to put up a map of Australia so you can kind of talk about things and go, we live here. All kinds of cool things like this. But anyway, it's just amazing how many different things are going on in here. Oh, look at that, it worked it out. I'm very clever. You can do zoomy type things. You know, so like, you know, your sort of gesture controls, like most people now are used to with the idea of an iPhone. Okay, quick look at Google Earth and the way all the tools work in here. Because it's its own piece of software, it all kind of works through its own system of gestures and things, but you can see how powerful this is as a way to, you know, interface with something as cool as Google Earth. You can, you know, still do all your rotations and all sorts of cool ways of zooming around. Wow, that's probably near my house. But yeah, lots of really funky things, and then you can, you know, run off and still do, you know, all your big flyovers and things that make Google Earth so attractive, and ultimately just such an amazing way to interact and actually maybe learn something. So the last cool thing I wanted to show off is the way the whole GarageBand kind of setup can work. So you can, you know, play with your different tracks and things, and, you know, do all kinds of dragging and moving. I won't mess around with the cool setup he's got here. You know, you can sort of shake your booty groove on. Yeah, you know, pull out, well, we've already pulled out, but so you can still just use the software exactly how you would otherwise use it at home. And then, you know, if you want to get extra funky, you can pull up your keyboard and you know, keep, or, you know, so yeah, I mean, it's just such an amazing little setup to be able to really dive inside software and feel like you're completely immersed in this stuff. But also to quickly point out the way the technology itself works. There's actually 2 cameras up in the corners of the Starboard, and then there's this reflective layer all around the edge, and with the 2 cameras it's able to then, you know, very easily pick up the coordinates of exactly where you are, and how it can then also, apparently quite uniquely in the industry, start doing the gesture controls with 2 fingers. So that's how it works. And then there is this really funky short throw projector just up here. And what's great about that is that I can be standing right here and there's still no major reflection or sort of shadow issues, so that people can still see exactly what's going on. And me working here, I can still see exactly what I need to be doing instead of blocking out an entire projector out behind me. So it's a really amazing piece of tech. The mirror on this thing is quite remarkable, clearly all funky and bounced out to be so close here and then just throw perfectly onto this wall. Really cool setup. Really suggest you come to the Powerhouse and check this thing out, because it's just an amazing way to interact with software. Apparently this is also the first time in Australia that this sort of a board is operating on a Mac, as obviously GarageBand run on a Mac here. So a bit of a first, an amazing tech. Come and check it out. And apparently you could get a whole installation if you wanted one for yourself. We're talking around, I think it was saying, yeah, around $6,000, which is just amazing. I think plenty, you know, considering you used to have to pay $6 grand just for a projector, well, for a bad projector, now you can get this kind of a setup. I'm sold, I'm taking 3. That's all for tonight's update. Thank you for stopping by. Join us weeknights around midnight Sydney time for daily geek news. And for more coverage, visit midnightupdate.com.